idea that I would film a video about biking on a Saturday night in downtown Ottawa when I came across a video from Shifter, who is Tom in Calgary, and Jason at Not Just Bikes in Amsterdam. And they made a video where they compared bike infrastructure for Calgary and Amsterdam. So here I am riding around with a selfie stick, and I now understand why so many YouTubers do this when they're doing bike videos. It's because things break, and in this case my tripod wasn't working well. And I came across a video from Tom at Shifter. Now he's in Calgary, and he collaborated with Jason, who is in Amsterdam, evaluating bike infrastructure in the two cities. And what they did is they had a task of riding from the downtown core to the suburbs to a hardware store, about 10 kilometers. I decided to, oh, my arm's getting sore, let me switch. What Jason and Tom did is they awarded a point system on their rides. So for every example of good biking infrastructure, they awarded a point. And for every example of bad biking infrastructure, they deducted 2. So I put my own little spin on it. I decided to ride to the hardware store twice. Actually, I rode to the hardware store 3 times, but more about that later. The first ride was on the bike-friendly way. Bike trip number 2 is the efficient commuter route that I usually take when I ride there. And then we can tally up the marks and see how things went. So let's change into some cycling gear. I should probably wear a helmet because I feel kind of naked. Just cycling in this parking lot with no helmet. I live on the edge of the downtown core. My building parking lot is attached to the alley and the Dollarama parking lot. Here I am getting annoyed because Aurora can't be bothered to let me know if she is turning left or right. I just have to ride about half a block to a bike gutter and then a bike path. +1. The construction on your left is for the north-south light rail. You can bring your bike on the train all year round, so I'm going to give him a point. The temporary path is freshly paved rather than gravel, so +1. I stopped to tighten my GoPro mount and then hit a shared pedestrian and bike path. The pedestrians dislike it when the cyclists whiz by, and the cyclists hate it when the pedestrians weave all over the path glued to their phone. The struggle continues. This is new. I'm not sure if it's a bike lane or a sidewalk. -2. But +1 for adding more bike racks. Hydro repair did not block much of the path. This path was repaved last year. It's awesome. +1. The problem with this path is that there are a lot of intersections. I always ride along here with my hands on the brakes. And here I am slamming on my brakes because the driver never saw me. -2. Why yes, you are not supposed to park your scooter on the path. There is a bike gutter here, but it keeps disappearing amongst the traffic pylons. -2. Access to the bike path is from these side streets. I don't expect any bike infrastructure for these side streets as they are not very busy. This street is in terrible shape, which is surprising because rich people live in this neighborhood. Through the tunnel and past the beach, I am now on the bike path that runs parallel to the Ottawa River. +1. There is maybe 8 or 9 kilometers of me biking on this path. To make this slightly less boring, here is a shot of me pedaling. I am wearing bike shorts because after an hour on the bike, my bum gets sore. More pedaling. At this point, my sweatband is pulling my helmet off and ripping my hair. I pulled over and fixed that and reattached the GoPro. More bike path. I thought I could get to the path on the other side of the road, but I was wrong, so I turned around and pedaled into a construction zone. The transitway and path were rerouted to make way for the light rail construction. A new path was built, +1. Also another point just because it's so friggin' fun to ride. I'm not sure if on the right it's a sidewalk or a path, but I gave it a point. Finally, the suburban strode. The path just ends and you have the choice of riding off the curb into the turning lane or staying on the sidewalk. -2. People don't like to ride along here because it's loud. Oh, I just ran over a piece of metal. And the cars are always speeding over the 60 km/h speed limit. I think this is just a paved shoulder, but the motorist treated it like a bike gutter and yielded to me. +1. Almost there. I've been biking for about 48 minutes. I thought it would be faster to go in through the back of the Home Depot, but I was wrong.